Hello everybody. You're probably wondering why I haven't been on for the past month, because I have not uploaded anything for a month. Well, to answer your questions, a little bit has gone down in my life since my last video. A little bit of it was good, but most of it was bad. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it. I'll give you just like a brief summary of what happened for each event. I want to do the bad ones first, just to get them out of the way so I don't have to think about them as much. The first one was on the 15th of March. My dog, her name was Daisy, had to be put down. And the reason why she had to be put down was because she had a tumor that was growing on her stomach, and by that point it had gotten so bad that she was having seizures at that point. And we took her to the vet. Well, my father took her to a vet that said that he could do it, but when he took her there, he took a look at her and said that there was nothing he could do, because I assumed he thought, like, because he showed her my father described what she had, and the veterinarian said that he could do it with ease. But when he took her up, it was revealed that she was actually anemic, and if they did do surgery on her, it would have killed her. So it was hard, but I had to make the decision, or well, we made the decision to put her down, and it was hard. It was really hard. Initially, when it happened, I took it well. Surprisingly, it actually affected my parents more than it did myself initially. But immediately after that, I went into depression for 2 weeks. And it was a rough 2 weeks. I can't lie. And the reason why it was so hard, because it's obviously upsetting to lose somebody that you love. It's always gonna upset you, even if you're, you could be, we'd say, the bravest man in the world, like Dwayne Johnson himself, or Tom Cruise. Somebody, seriously, that man has balls of steel, running along a skyscraper, or attached to a robot. I could never do that. But even he would have a hard time coping with a loss in his family. It's just something that's inevitable. Well, it's something that I don't think anybody could not be upset about. After the 2 weeks of depression, on my birthday, my younger brother completely crashed his car. He was driving to school just on any normal day, and he hit a curb that was hit with loose gravel, smashed his car into a tree, and completely totaled it. Thankfully, he did survive. He got there without a scratch. I don't know why my camera just glitched there, but he made it through. He actually got out without a scratch, amazingly. But the car was completely totaled. And then, a couple weeks later, maybe a week later, my grandmother and older sister, who were both put in the hospital at the same time. Well, my grandmother, because she had a blockage, well, not really a blockage, her intestine ended up in a loop and was causing a blockage in her in something. I forget the whole story there. And then at that same time, my sister was experiencing extreme pain, and my mother took her to a hospital fearing for appendicitis. Thankfully, my sister did not have appendicitis. I don't remember what she did have, but it definitely wasn't good considering she was in probably some of the worst pain she ever experienced, I would imagine. Thankfully, they both did make it through. They're both doing well. My grandmother's doing well, but my sister isn't, and which I'll explain right now. I forget, either today or maybe yesterday or something around this time, she crashed her car as well. I don't know what she was doing. I think she was driving somewhere, and a deer came out onto the road. She swerved to avoid it, and ended up completely smashing the car. Or she drove off into a ditch, I think. And I think she also ended up in a tree. She was not as lucky. She is alive. She did survive the crash, but she ended up with a major concussion. Major concussion. And this is especially bad because she has had multiple concussions in the past. And as you might know, if you've ever experienced one, if you suffer a concussion and then you suffer another one, and then another one, they eventually get worse and worse and worse every time. She is in the hospital right now. I don't know if she's. I hope she's gonna be all right. She has survived a lot of things. I mean, she survived multiple concussions before. I hope she survives this one. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And that's really all the major bad things that I can really think of at this moment. But there was a couple good things that came out. Not really so much. I mean, they all had to do with me. So I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or anything. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or anything. But I did get a good opportunity for this now. And you can't see it, but right in front of me, I actually got a gaming computer. Which was I actually got this on the day that my dog was put down, March 15th. My mother took me out, and I bought myself this. I did this to like try and cheer myself up a little bit. It did initially. It cheered me up, but like I said earlier, like after that day, I was put into depression for 2 weeks. But because I have this, I actually now have an opportunity, because this was actually something I wanted to do from the get-go. I wanted to show everybody a different side of my life. As you can tell, like on this channel, it's all about like teaching you how to play board games and reviewing board games and things like that, and some other things that I hope to do in the future. But with my PC, I actually finally have an opportunity to show you the video game side of my life. I've had a fascination with video games, and my fascination grew more into an interest, really, recently. Ouch! But now that I have this, I can finally show you it. As I record this video, I am starting I'm planning on, hopefully it will be up by the time this goes up. I will have started a new channel, and it's going to be focused on the video game side of my life. If you want to go watch that, if you're interested, you can find a link in the description. It is youtube.com/Leuname Vid. I made it short for video games. And tried to make it sound catchy. That's really all I have to say about this. That's so. And actually, no. And actually, another reason why I haven't been uploading in the past month was because I was actually preparing for my video game channel. Well, I have actually 3 videos who's ready to go. I was preparing videos in advance because I didn't want this to be something like I started the channel but you have nothing to watch, if you understand what I mean. Like, what's the point? So I was preparing videos ahead of time so that way if you ever decide to visit the channel, and I would have some videos there for you to watch and hopefully enjoy. You might not. It all depends on who you are, because I've played a few games that some people might like, some people might hate. Who knows? So that's another reason why I've been absent so much. Now, just because I'm gonna start my video gaming side, does not mean I am quitting this. I don't want to quit this. I've loved what I've done, and since I've started this channel, that is all I have to say on the matter. That's everything why I've been absent for the past month. Thank you all so much as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you, like I said, if you are interested in Leuname Vid, there will be a link in the description below. Thank you all again so much as always for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, either on here or on Leuname Vid. Later!